Imagine being so powerful, so famous, that the disputes you have can cost millions, sometimes even billions of dollars. Sounds crazy, right? Well, some of the world's most famous celebrities have found themselves in legal battles that have become eye-watering and costly. Today, we're diving into the 10 priciest celebrity lawsuits in history, where the stakes were as high as their fame. Trust me, you won't believe how much some of these lawsuits ended up costing. 10th, Tom Cruise versus Bauer Publishing, $50 million.
Legal showdown between Tom Cruise and the publisher of Life and Style magazine is getting nasty. Cruise is suing the publisher for $50 million.
The first lawsuit on our list involves none other than the action star, Tom Cruise. In 2012, Cruise filed a $50 million defamation lawsuit against Bauer Publishing, the parent company of In Touch Weekly and Life and Style. The case was triggered by a story published by the magazine that claimed Cruise had abandoned his daughter, Suri, after his divorce from Katie Holmes. Cruise denied the allegations, calling them false and damaging to his reputation. Although the case was settled out of court for an undisclosed amount, Cruise walked away with a sizable victory, adding to his list of high-profile legal battles. 9. Johnny Depp versus The Sun, $50 million.
This will be, of course, a huge blow for the actor.
In one of the most sensational defamation cases in Hollywood history, actor Johnny Depp sued the British tabloid The Sun in 2018 for publishing an article that labeled him a wife-beater in relation to his tumultuous relationship with actress Amber Heard. Depp's legal team filed a $50 million lawsuit claiming that the allegations were false and severely damaged his career. However, in 2020, the UK courts ruled against Depp, stating that The Sun's claims were substantially true.
Johnny Depp has lost his High Court libel action against The Sun newspaper,
which led to a massive public backlash. Despite the legal defeat in the UK, Depp appealed the case, and his fight with The Sun remains one of the most talked about celebrity lawsuits of the last decade.
8.
Dr. Dre versus his former friend, $100 million in 2014. Music mogul Dr. Dre found himself in a legal battle with his former business partner, Larry Chapman, over the ownership of the lucrative Beats by Dre brand. The lawsuit, worth $100 million, was filed after Chapman alleged that Dre owed him a substantial portion of the profits from the Beats brand, which was sold to Apple for a reported $3 billion in 2014. Dre denied the claims, and the case was eventually dismissed, but it shed light on the complexity of celebrity business dealings and how legal disputes can arise even between close associates.
7.
Kesha versus Dr. Luke, $250 million.
The legal battle between Kesha and Dr. Luke continues, and if you weren't saying hashtag free Kesha before, you definitely will after seeing these new emails.
One of the most high-profile celebrity lawsuits in recent years, Kesha's battle with music producer Dr. Luke escalated into a $250 million lawsuit. Kesha filed the suit, claiming Dr. Luke had sexually assaulted her and emotionally abused her during their years of working together. Dr. Luke countered with his own lawsuit, accusing Kesha of defamation and breach of contract. The case dragged on for several years, eventually reaching a settlement in 2021 that allowed Kesha to break free from her contract with Dr. Luke. The suit brought attention to the dark side of the entertainment industry, sparking a conversation about sexual abuse, gender inequality, and the abuse of power within the music business. Although Kesha did not win the full amount of damages she sought, the case has become a landmark in discussions about the rights of artists and women in the industry. 6. Michael Jackson versus the Fox Network, $1 billion. In the early 1990s, Michael Jackson filed a $1 billion lawsuit against the Fox Network, alleging that they had breached a contract by broadcasting an unauthorized TV special that was filled with false claims and defamatory content about him. Jackson's legal team argued that the program aired before the innocent until proven guilty principle could be applied to accusations against him. The lawsuit was eventually settled, but Jackson's fight against the media illustrated how powerful and expensive lawsuits can be when it comes to a celebrity's image and reputation. Although he did not win the full $1 billion, the case was another reminder of how serious the costs of legal battles in the public eye can be. 5. Blake Griffin versus Kia Motors, $1.25 billion. In 2017, NBA star Blake Griffin filed a $1.25 billion lawsuit against Kia Motors, accusing them of using his image in a series of commercials without his permission. Griffin claimed that his likeness was used in advertisements, and he didn't receive any compensation for it. After extensive negotiations, the case was eventually settled, and Griffin received a significant amount of money, though the terms of the settlement were not publicly disclosed. This case raised important questions about celebrity endorsement contracts and the value of a public figure's image and brand rights. 4. Ellen DeGeneres versus her former staff. $2 million.
The Ellen Show, after multiple allegations that it was a toxic place to work.
In 2020, the talk show queen Ellen DeGeneres was hit with a lawsuit by several former staff members.
She was told, whatever you do, don't be funnier than Ellen.
Accusing her of fostering a toxic work environment behind the scenes. The lawsuit, worth $2 million, was filed by former employees who claimed they were subjected to harassment, bullying, and unfair treatment.
Toxic, phony, hypocrite, liar. That's what she is.
The case brought negative press to DeGeneres, causing a dip in her show's ratings and leading to public backlash. Though the case was settled for a fraction of the requested amount, the lawsuit showed how public figures can face significant legal and reputational damage when issues arise behind the scenes in their workplace.
There were allegations of a toxic work environment at our show. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected.
3. Oprah Winfrey versus the National Enquirer. $10 million. In 1998, Oprah Winfrey filed a $10 million defamation lawsuit against the National Enquirer after the tabloid falsely accused her of having an affair with a man who was allegedly part of her inner circle. Oprah denied the allegations and filed the lawsuit, which resulted in a settlement in her favor. This case underscored the power and influence of media outlets when it comes to defaming celebrities and how legal battles can be used as a weapon to protect one's public image. 2nd, Hulk Hogan versus Gawker Media. $140 million in 2012. Pro wrestler Hulk Hogan filed a $140 million lawsuit against Gawker Media after the website published a sex tape involving Hogan without his consent. Hogan argued that the publication of the tape was a violation of his privacy, and he sued for emotional distress and invasion of privacy. The case went to trial, and Hogan was awarded $140 million in damages, forcing Gawker Media into bankruptcy. This case was one of the most significant celebrity lawsuits in terms of privacy invasion and the power of celebrity-controlled media. It raised serious concerns about the balance between freedom of the press and personal privacy rights. 1st, Seinfeld cast versus NBC. $400 million. In 1998, the cast of the legendary sitcom Seinfeld filed a lawsuit against NBC for $400 million. Claiming they were owed profits from syndication deals that they had not received. The case was settled in 1999 for a reported $400 million, with the cast, producers, and creators getting a significant portion of the profits. This lawsuit marked a turning point in how celebrities and creators negotiate their contracts and royalties, especially in the era of syndication. The Seinfeld case remains one of the most lucrative settlements in entertainment history. As we've seen, celebrity lawsuits can be much more than just legal battles. They're about protecting an image, a career, and in some cases, an entire empire. From defamation to invasion of privacy, the price of fame is often measured in millions, and sometimes billions. If you enjoyed this countdown of the most expensive celebrity lawsuits, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.